All right, everyone. What is going on? We are live. It is Monday, December 25th, Christmas Day. What? And this is our last online open mic of 2023. Good to have
Merry
you guys
Christmas.
here. And I have a monitor over here with the I can see the YouTube live. I'm watching it right now. I was just listening to myself introduce myself. But it's good to be here, you guys. This is our online open mic, aka the stay-at-home open mic, aka the late mic for those of you on the East Coast, or if you're just not night owls like some of us here. But yeah, my name is Richie David Marrufo. I'm the host and MC, and this is brought to you by Barbed Open Mic Series out of El Paso, Texas, the U.S. Southwest, the U.S. Mexico border. Yeah, we're coming to you live and alive from 915 EP, Chucotown. Welcome, everyone. If you've been here before, you already know what's up. If this is your first time tuning in for some reason, this is our online open mic, online show that has been happening since April of 2020. So we've been going every single Monday since then. It's crazy. There have been some challenges. There's some days where like maybe the internet was down or power went out or the stream didn't exactly work, but we found ways to make it work. And in that time, we've kind of gathered a group of regulars and just enough, new people here and then to keep us going. And we realized, since that time that this is an important space to have, something online where people don't have to leave their houses and can communicate, socialize, and share their work with a larger community of other writers and poets and dreamers, poets, all that good stuff. Yeah, so this is an interesting season. Lots going on, lots to reflect on. It's usually signaling an end of a year, beginning of a new one. This often causes people to just think about changes for the new year. So I encourage any work that brings that up or brings up that topic. Of course, as always, you guys are more than welcome to share anything you like. This open mic in particular, we encourage writers. So if you have poetry or prose, or even music. So if you play an instrument, if you sing, if you rap, if you beatbox, if you whistle, every now and then if you've got some dance moves, that'd be cool too. We have had that in the past. But the point is, like any other open mic, if you want to perform, all you have to do is sign up. We have a pretty awesome list right now as it is, like of regulars. But if you're watching right now and maybe, maybe a little liquid courage inspires you to maybe share something, we will have a link in the description. It's not there yet, but during the show it'll eventually be there. I'll announce it. Um, as soon as I finish hosting, I'll go ahead and change that stuff. But if you guys are here right now tuning in with us live, we can't see you. And, as part of our awesome audience, one way you can, give us feedback is just let us know you're here. Say hello in the chat, say hi if you're tuning in from anywhere in particular. And then just hang out with us. If there's a line that you really love, a specific image that strikes you in any way, like let us know. Like this is one of my favorite parts of these shows. It's just like the interactive part with everyone. And again, if maybe tonight you just want to check it out and you're just watching live, we always welcome that. Again, I always got to give it a shout out to I always got to give a shout out to Jenny, for example, who always tunes in and just listens in and supports. Thank you, Jenny. We always have a lot of regulars on YouTube. If you guys do comment in the chat, I'll give you guys shout outs as well. But for the most part, yeah, we're happy to be here. I am for sure. The only reason, like I said, we've been doing this since 2020. When I say it like that, it kind of doesn't feel like it, because we're just here. It's a thing, and then it's just nice to see people's work, and whatever that is, whether it's to get something off your chest, um, something that you've been holding in, or you just want to share some of your joy, any of that range. We appreciate the work anyway. So I'm not going to try and get sentimental. Maybe it's possibly because I'm, instead of coffee, I have a beer this time around, holiday beer. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and as always, I'm encouraging our performers to share a couple pieces. Our normal range is anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. Obviously there's a little bit of leeway. We're not super strict on that, but there's there's a range. If you start doing 20 minutes, we're not going to make it that far. But yeah, we want everyone to have a chance to say something, pretty much. And of course, we welcome original work. We welcome cover poems, new poems, old poems. Let us know what's up. And of course, more than anything, this is another platform, so I encourage you guys to share any links to social media, If not, I'll probably just ask you guys. And if you guys have a YouTube channel, any media, if you have recorded poems, like maybe you have Spotify, or maybe you had a recent podcast, or maybe you have an upcoming performance, maybe just like the link tree. The link tree is the coolest thing because it's like one link and you can put everything on there, announce that stuff so people can follow you. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and kick things off as we have done many, many times. We're going to join our friend in Denver, who always has electrifying sets, great cover poems, and props. We give props to our first performer of the night. Let's go ahead and welcome Michael Sindler. What is up, man? Happy Monday.
Hey, happy Monday and happy holiday of whatever to everybody. I'm trying to do something there. So first thing, as always, I'm going to go ahead and put this up for lighthousewriters.org. Wonderful organization, wonderful resource for any writer, no matter what you're working on, whatever stage you're at. Can't hurt to just look at the link and see all the different things that they offer. Um, I'm going to do a piece first that you could either think of as prose poetry or flash fiction if you want. It's something that I did as a 6 sentence story. Um, so obviously the sentences are going to be a little long. And it's called Won't Be Home for Christmas. After working up a hell of a sweat under his heavy wool coat and sweater from scraping every ice-coated glass surface and pushing several collected inches of snow off the roof and hood, he flicked away his cigarette, got in the car, waited while the defroster finally melted a large enough section of windshield to see through, and drove off. 3 miles later, he hit black ice, swerved to correct, almost smacked the sheer wall of towering sandstone, then spud across both lanes, hitting the guardrail, which crunched, cracked, splintered, and gave way as his formerly trusty Pathfinder hurtled down an airborne path towards eternity. On the way down, time seemed to slow, and he thought the valley looked so beautiful and peaceful and white, with the creek like a crooked smile showing through Santa's beard, welcoming his flying green Subaru 6 horsepower sled, sadly unable to fly like one led by reindeer. The gift wrap boxes and luggage and groceries sailing forward, some hitting him in the back of the head as he toppled towards the dash. He felt the car begin to flip, his body starting to dangle, held in place by the seatbelt as the rear wheels rolled across the sky, and he saw the upside-down cliff staring him in the face, and then glimpsed the sky, gray, heavy clouds weighing it down as if it might come crashing down itself instead of just flaking apart as snow. Then he felt gravity knocking him back against the seat and headrest as the trunk plunged down towards doom. He felt the rear bumper crumble as the Pathfinder accordioned against an outcropping, the car flipping forward again to smash into boulders, crushing the grill and forcing the engine mounts to crack as the motor and transmission were forced back, battering through the firewall and drilling directly into his chest. Seconds after his head had hit and shattered the windshield with shards of bloodied glass floating in multiple directions around the interior, and he laughed through the tears, thinking what a bad, bad year he'd picked to finally come home from the holidays, and began choking on blood. And that was the last thing he thought until he woke up, miraculously alive, if much worse for wear, in a hospital, wrapped in a full body cast with tubes and wires running to and from machines that glowed and blinked like ornaments on a tree, surrounded by the tear-stained faces of his family, making him feel as if he hadn't missed Christmas entirely. And I just realized that was an early draft of that one, but that's okay. Um, this one's just little seasonal haiku called Sleeps Underneath. Soft air chills my lungs, blanket of snow on the ground, what sleeps underneath. And I'm going to go ahead and put on a different hat today than the normal hat. Not really my style, but it is what it is. And I thought I'd do some Christmassy poems, but things that aren't the ones that we're so much used to, but pieces by well-known writers. And this first one's by Thomas Hardy, and it's called The Oxen. Christmas Eve and 12 of the clock. Now they are all on their knees, an elder said as we sat in a flock by the embers and hearthside ease. We pictured the meek, mild creatures where they dwelt in their strawy pen, nor did it occur to one of us to doubt they were kneeling there. Then, so fair a fancy few would weave in those years, yet I feel if someone said on Christmas Eve, "Come, see the oxen kneel in the lonely barton by yonder coombe our childhood used to know," I should go with him in the gloom, hoping it might be so. And this one is definitely a lesser known writer, but it's a neat piece. It's Helen Maria Williams, and it's called To Mrs. K, on her sending me an English Christmas plum cake at Paris. What crowding thoughts around me wake, what marvels in a Christmas cake. Ah, say what strange enchantment dwells enclosed within its odorous cells. Is there no magic, small magician bound, encrusted in its snowy round? For magic surely lurks in this, a cake that tells of vanished bliss, a cake that conjures up to view the early scenes when life was new, when memory knew no sorrows past, and hope believed in joys that last. Mysterious cake whose folds contain life's calendar of bliss and pain, that speaks of friends forever fled and wakes the tears I love to shed. Oft shall I breathe her cherished name, from whose fair hand the offering came. For she recalls the artless smile of nymphs that deck my native isle, of beauty that we love to trace, allied with tender, modest grace, of those who, while abroad they roam, retain each charm that gladdens home, and whose dear friendships can impart a Christmas banquet for the heart. So, happy holidays to everybody, and wish you the best in the coming year and beyond. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mike Sindler. And as always, thanks for all your support, for being here and always playing along, doing the cover poems, throwing on the cover hat, right? That's not a necessary element of the cover poem, but now it is because we were making it so, right? When we throw that on, people don't understand the cover poem sometimes. I posted one here on YouTube, and honestly, some people started getting negative in the comments. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Oh, they don't know about the cover poem. It was crazy. But I fixed it. But there were some people starting to get a little negative. Anyway, Mike, thanks as always for being here, and we look forward to what you have on 2024. Yeah, awesome. Let's go ahead and keep this night going then. Once again, if you're just tuning in, this is our online open mic. We have some room on the list if you do feel like you want to share something. I've gone ahead and shared. In fact, we got Mr. Ed Poetastic knocking on the door. Let's let him in. All right, welcome in, Ed. All right, yeah. So we do host these on Zoom. I know some of you guys, people still tell me they have Zoom fatigue still. I don't blame you, right? But if you do want to join us, we do host these on Zoom, but we hope post it live on YouTube. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and keep this thing going. We're gonna go from Denver to Pittsburgh, where we're gonna welcome another cherished regular who comes with fire all the time. and they wrote they're going to share some poetry. So once again, let's go ahead and welcome to the show, to the online show, Vale Larkin. Hey, Vale, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, oh boy, I had something clever to say about the previous thing you said, but then you said the thing about people having Zoom fatigue, and my snarky brain went, no, that's from the COVID, sweetie. Sorry, anyway. Um, Mike's set was so cool and thematic, and mine is I couldn't decide what to read, so I picked something long, so I would only have to choose once. This is an old one. Exoplanet. 1. I am so lost here in this meat, and I can't tell if it's holding us back or holding us up. I can't tell what's real in this soup. Mind-melding gut bacteria, hormone profiles, mirror neurons, a fungus that takes over your brain. Reality is teeming with potential, seething, swarming with options and possibilities. I don't know if I could even imagine anything beyond these bone-bound oubliettes we find ourselves in. I imagine nonsense, feeling without juice, thought without salt, life without meat, a disembodied, infinitely malleable awareness. If I can follow every last spark of sensation to its nerve-laced origin, what do ghosts know with? How do they feel? Where does their love live? 2. I find here myself. I find here at the center the string and slime and congealed grit of me. I find biological agents of order and change, shelter and love. I find every drop of passion running through blood, lymph, cerebrospinal fluid teeming with proteins and antagonists. Here is a memory made of acid and oil. Here is joy, an astronaut flying from dendrite to dendrite, faith in the void and velocity. Here is the definition of serendipitous, arrayed in all its molecular whimsy. Here, the faintest trace of madness and caffeine. Where is art? Is all creation only synthesis? How is imagination? 3. There are millions of beings who call your meat home. You are a metropolis, a biome, an ambulatory planet. Do planets go to heaven when they die? Does the Earth's mood shift as we roil her matter with our gouging, churning, burrowing? Watch her magma flow in great slow beats, her passion rising, and we, her parasites, clinging to her skin and believing we are the answer. When she dies, does she go to heaven? 4. Beyond all this teeming, squeezing, salivating life, what is it about the spaces between, the millimeters between, the heartbeats between the bones of your spine and the thread from which dangles your life? What is it about this small emptiness that is so vitally important that losing it, even once in a while, even for a little, even in just a few places, coccyx and lumbar, between C6 and C7, can stop everything? A skipped beat, a stilled rib, and gone, gone, as though you never once oozed your liquid, illogical self across the surface of this world. Do planets go to heaven when they die? I wonder. I wonder for just a little while longer, or longer and longer, feeling dissected from meat, mind from oil and electrolytes, and soul, oh soul, do you go to heaven? Do you die? Little planets, wandering lost. Who are we? Thank you.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Vale. Any links, announcements, anything really quick? How can people support you online?
Sorry, I forgot to put my links up. I will do so immediately.
All
And
right.
then if you could just share them. I've got nothing major coming up in the near future. I don't think. I'll be at AWP in February for people who'll be there. And then I'll put up the link to buy the book for Normatics, to support Normatics. This is the collection containing some amazing community poets in support of a local of a community elder. Thanks.
All right. No, amazing. Yes, I gotta share those links for sure. So YouTube, stay tuned. Those are getting on there as well. But right now we're gonna move things along. We're gonna go a little more east and go to Maine. That's right. As I always often like to say, we're gonna visit our main man in Maine. That's right. It's time for Generalissimo, Mr. Brian Franco in the house. What is up, Brian? Go ahead and when you are ready, take it away. Good to see you. Happy Monday.
Merry Christmas to all those who celebrate Christmas. And hey, Squigs, how you doing? I just want to say hello to Squigs because I like Squigs and he writes great poetry and we ought to recognize Squigs whenever we can. And hey, Finn Bell, how you doing? We always got to recognize Finn Bell whenever we can. And hey, Sindler, I'll leave it there. he's a Beardo Bard of the Bardo, and that's an important group of people. There's only three of us. Hold on. I wrote some poetry and then get out of everyone's hair. What happens when we water a mango tree with salt water? A tale of practiced depression. Tears do not happen as easily these days. I am not swallowing them. I don't necessarily feel their presence in my thoughts yet. I know they exist in my feelings, but sometimes my coping skills serve their purposes too well when a torrent is warranted. A good cry can be like running a 5K, after which I can feel both exhausted and exhilarated. Endorphins happen when tears exit my soul as saline that feels as if they should scald me. Instead, they open my airways, allowing me to breathe as if I exist in a meadow of mountain mint. Tears exit my eyes wet and find their way to dry, leaving salty residue upon my cheeks and the edge of my lips. While I am not partial to salty food, I sometimes crave the taste of tears as if they are made of mango juice. I have never lifted a goblet of water to my lips expecting wine, and tears will never taste of anything other than salt. But allowing their existence allows for a future with a potential for sweet. This is of an older piece called Raindrops Keep Falling on My Poem. When I woke this morning, it was raining. As I brushed my teeth, I heard the rain pound against the eave outside my bathroom window. I knew these raindrops were large raindrops, the type of raindrops when they plop on your windshield, refuse to roll down the glass, decide to expand and make the windshield wipers work for their wages. Raindrops that remind me of tiny pouches of sweet juice in a Satsuma tangerine that pop in my mouth like fresh cranberries pop in a pot of oolong tea and orange juice tinged with maple syrup, allspice and cardamom bubbling into a cranberry sauce to top off my mother's famous Thanksgiving oyster stuffing. Raindrops that cause migraines when I decide to get the mail instead of waiting out the storm. A storm with winds that will fell a 30-foot crabapple tree, still slightly attached to the trunk by a sliver of wood, like when I try to snap the bottom off an asparagus without a knife and the bottom piece is hanging on, flipping me off, screaming, "Fuck you, I'm edible." This storm is a poet who hoards words and old poems he refuses to abandon. He writes a poem, and after 2 stanzas, he writes a new stanza that doesn't quite fit in, but he knows the square peg third stanza will transform into its own masterpiece poem. He abandons his potential pièce de résistance for a week or a month till the remainder sneaks out from his brain like snot from a high-pitched allergy sneeze onto a red silk tie. This poet revels in writing lush language Yelp reviews, whether about white tablecloths, Coquille St. Jacques, or shack by the sea, fried full belly clams. He paints pictures of food with the delicate brushstrokes of a French impressionist painting found in a childless widow's home by her niece and sold at auction for $32.6 million. The poet will want to call in for a mental health day because the rain makes him want to go back to bed, but instead he changes his tie, finishes his poem, and wonders why non-poet people say poets are overly sensitive. And I'll put it in the chat as soon as I get the information, but tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, going down to 12 noon on Pacific time, is the launch for the Descent anthology. And I'm just going to list a few of the people that are in it. Ian McKenzie from England, T.A. Niles, Jenny Crescenzo, D. Allen, Bill Nevins, Lee Eric Friedman, Mayor Pistongi, Chad Parenteau, and Karen Lander Magoon are some of the other poets that are in that. So I don't know if they'll all be at the launch reading, and I'll put the link for that, and I'll just read the piece that I have in that, which is, where is it? What happens to some poets? Hold on. When I have it, oh, that's right, because I have the book. Okay, hold on. So I'll read it out of the book, which is really small print. So it's called Colors of War. I cannot claim to comprehend what it's like to live in a war zone. The split second the first shot is fired, life would have to transform from living and breathing to fighting and surviving. Reality would change to an alternate reality that would whittle the past with every next shot fire. Colors could represent themselves differently from their realities, so beauty could exist amongst constant chaos and turmoil. Every shade of blood could find new identities in our minds. The brightest reds could be a shiny Corvette in a Prince song, or a sweet, sticky maraschino cherry. Maroon could be a soft, demure cashmere sweater, accented by grandma's pearls paired with skinny jeans and toe-squeezing stilettos. Deep purple could embody a tree-ripened plum, whose juice cascades down your chin and stains your favorite shirt. Then there is blood that is almost black and void of other pigment one might think was poisoned by gunpowder rather than lack of oxygen at the wound site. All the khaki and olive green in soldiers' uniforms seem so casual, but there is nothing casual about a tank casually flattening a car, then shelling another with an evacuating family inside. There's nothing casual about a warplane dropping a bomb containing multitudes of tiny bombs designed to wipe out multiple acres of apartment buildings, stores, and cars, destroying property and people like a pressure cooker filled with explosives and nails set to explode during a marathon. There is brass that should be shiny, brass bars, stars, wings, and birds belonging to people who give orders to others who take orders, brass tarnished by smoke and blood and dust and death that will never find its way back to shining again. Finally, there is the whites of the eyes of the despot who gave the order to invade a neighboring nation. A despot whose people fear him and become silent as if they were born without voices. The white in his eyes is so bright it blinds anyone who chooses to maintain eye contact. Anyone who inhales hard enough in his presence might smell the bleach he used to erase the color in his irises, to create a white that disappears into death, destruction, and nothingness. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Brian, for that. Do you have any links you want to share? Or
I'll drop it in the chat. I just have to look it up.
all right, yeah, okay, sounds good. Let me go ahead and get back on here. Yeah, for those of you on YouTube right now, sometimes you're missing out on everyone's cool photos when they don't turn their cams on, you know. So all right. So I will share those links as soon as they are put into the chat. If they're too busy, what? Oh, that was me. Okay, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna actually bounce back to Pittsburgh for our next performer. We have Andrew Pryor, who we have not seen in a while, but distance makes the heart grow fonder. So it's always great to see listen to his work. Without further ado, Andrew, welcome back. Go ahead and take it away.
It's good to be back. I wanted to read something that I hadn't read in a while. It was the most wintry thing I had to offer. So without further ado, it's a short story called Thaw. When I can't sleep, I go outside and make snow angels. I swish my arms in the dark while the sky is pale and black and waiting. Everything's quiet, and I feel like I could dig a hole to China if the night would go on forever, and fill it in behind me. The snow would keep on snowing. It tickles my face, and I laugh, quiet, like the snow is, so I won't wake Uncle Hoke up. When I told Uncle Hoke what I was reading about at the library, he started naming all the food in our fridge. The cheese was Cheryl, the eggs were Johnny and Ellen, the cans of beer were Bill and Bob and Benjamin. When he went out on what he called his business trips, I put some of his stuff in the fridge. His watch was Walter. His shoes were Henry and Holly, and they were in love. His thick black gun I picked up by the barrel, and I laid it down on the lettuce crisper, like a baby in a crib, and I named it Frank. Me and Uncle Hoke live at the end of town in a place where they dumped all the extra road cement after they stopped making the roads. There's a field of tall grass behind us and a big woods to the right of us, which Uncle Hoke is scared of, even though he doesn't let me know it. There's a padlock and a chain hanging from our trailer door, and a sign, "Condemned by the county," in big red letters, that Uncle Hoke stole from I don't know where. I asked him about it, and he said that when people see it, they'll think someone else will get us, so they don't have to. My mama walked into the woods and didn't come out, back when I was still learning to walk. Uncle Hoke said she had on her long white nightshirt. He says he'll beat my ass if he ever sees me outside in less than 3 layers. I had this Barbie doll with a wedding dress and one eye missing that I buried in a snow pile next to the woods line after I ripped off the bottom half of the dress. I find things I like seashells and Tootsie Rolls, and I bury them in the snow to see if they'll still be there when the snow melts. They almost always are. Through extreme temperatures, cryonicists argue that the brain can survive the pre-freezing process without any significant damage, provided that, "Hey, you, kid, who are you?" I stand with the book in my hand, looking at the girl at the other end of the library. She's got perfectly curled hair, a bright pink coat with no rips or holes in it, sneakers with no scuffs, and pictures on the side of Barbie with both eyes, inside little pink hearts. "I'm gonna tell somebody that you're here again," she says, not looking at me, and walks away. I stick the book under my shirt and walk out. I'm going to bring it back. Those are the rules. "I know you're in there," says the voice from outside. Me and Hoke are curled up against the wall, quiet like the snow, facing the fridge. I'm in Hoke's lap, and so is Frank. Come out, come out, come out, the man sings, tapping against the trailer wall with his fists. Uncle Hoke stands up, dumping me on the floor. What? I say, and he opens the fridge door, yanks all the shelves out. Cheryl and Johnny and Bill and Bob all go flying. Hope grabs me and stuffs me in the fridge, and I yell, and the fridge swallows my yell up. I'm crying, but nobody can see me, so it doesn't count. Then I hear the shot, and every other noise inside my head dies. It's just for a little bit, Uncle Hoke says. I stare at the truck, rust creeping on the sides. The chain that used to be on the door is now wrapped around the trailer hitch. Just a little while, Uncle Hoke says. Too many people looking for us now. I stare out towards the woods. 28 different things buried out in the snow. 29, if you count Mama. I nod at Uncle Hoke, and he heads around to the other side of the trailer, and I wait, and I wait, and then I run as fast as my legs will carry me towards the woods. I hear him shout, and I know I'm not wearing my coat, but he can't beat my ass if he can't catch me. I dig my way past hanging branches and pine needles, and I sit down with my back against the largest tree I ever saw, and I sit, and I wait again. I breathe out. The sun is fading, and I hear Uncle Hoke coming after me. He shouts my name. He sounds scared. I always knew he was scared of the forest. I rub my hands together, but I'm not worried. There's less snow on the ground than there used to be, but there's enough to bury me deep until the spring comes, when all the snow will melt and everything will come back again, including me, and it'll be like nothing changed at all. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Andrew. What some imagery there of the melting snow uncovering. Yeah. How can people follow your work online if you got anything you want to share?
Not currently at the moment. I'll let you know. Watch this space.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. Thank you, Andrew Pryor. Glad you were able to sign on, and thanks for sharing that. Cool.
Good to be back. Thank you.
Cool. And shout out to Sandy on YouTube there. I see you commenting and a lot of the performers here. Great to have you here as always. If you're just tuning in, everyone, this is the online mic. We're going to go ahead and drop into our next performer who is joining us from the Bronx, New York, USA. That's right. It's Mr. RMT. It's been a while since he's been here. Every now and then I do see him tuning in on the YouTube live chat. So I know that he's got some time off today. So as always, a pleasure. Let's go and welcome back to the online mic, Ron Mark Thompson. Go and take it away, my friend.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome. Happy to be here. And yes, when my work schedule did allow me today to be here online with everyone here, so I'm so happy that you guys are still doing it with the, I think it says EP, I guess, executive producer on your head, Richie. So that is so cool. I love that. I don't know what it stands for, but I'm just guessing it. So I'm gonna read two pieces. The first one is about 4 to 5 minutes long. It's may bring the mood down a little bit, so I'm gonna end it with a short poem, a minute, to uplift us back. So here's the first one, which I named I Miss White Christmases. Trigger warning. Some may be offended by my thoughts, others may agree. The opinion in this piece are mine and our opinions only. You see, I miss white Christmases here in the Northeast. And no, I'm not talking about Christmas being dictated by the white man or the month overrun by shoppers in this all too capitalist season. And by the way, that really is everyone's fault, no matter your skin color or origin or faith. No, what I mean is when I woke up this morning, I went to my apartment's window and peeked through the blinds. I noticed the barren trees, devoid of any leaves, and the grass that used to be green in the summer, but is deservedly sleeping through these months. Nature at its finest. But I was missing the white blanket that should have been on top of the grass and covering the branches of the trees. It was no longer a white Christmas. It hasn't been for years here where I am in New York City. When I grew up, it always snowed on Christmas. The white snow looked so peaceful, covering the sidewalks on the grass in the park. Yes, it only looked that way for the first few hours, then sludge and all the mess on the streets took over. But that was many decades ago. I miss those white Christmases. Instead, climate change has become all too real. The years have become warmer, and as a matter of record, this year, thus far, is slated to become the warmest or hottest year on record on planet Earth. I'm angry at those in charge that they are not doing anything or little to combat climate change. And sadly, most of them are old white men, and credit also goes to some white women. First, the white men colonized entire civilizations and territories around the world, and now they are destroying the planet in other ways. All of them thinking short term, not realizing the benefits and boosts to the economy, which long term visions would do to stop or reverse climate change. I'm equally angry at Republicans and Democrats. Trigger warning, yes, Democrats have done more in policies and laws to curb the effects of our planet getting hotter, but they could have done a lot more, including during those many years when they actually were in the majority. But then I'm also realizing that it's not just the old white man's fault. I believe it's everyone's fault, regardless of skin color or ethnicity or where we come from. Statistics prove and show that in the US, the voter turnout is lower when compared to other democracies around the globe. Here in this country, only 50 to 60% of eligible voters show up to vote in presidential elections, with even lower numbers during midterms or locals. So we can only blame ourselves for electing the same old people who don't believe in climate change and continue to run down our planet. You may counter the low turnout is due to difficult voting processes and restrictive laws, and the fact that in our country voting is usually done on a Tuesday in November instead of on a Sunday, as it's done in most other places around the world. But then there are many who could easily vote. I bet you that amongst us here, there's at least one who didn't vote in one or more of the last elections. Probably had an excuse that the weather was horrible that day and they couldn't make it to the polling place, even though in most states you can now vote days and weeks earlier or even mail in your ballot from home. Or another excuse is that my vote doesn't matter anyway, so why should I bother? Have you seen some of the close counts in the past years? The differences between the winner and runner-ups in some elections have been determined by fewer than hundreds of counted votes. So guess what? Yes, every vote counts, literally. In summary, I have to collectively thank all of us, regardless if we're white, black, brown, yellow, or whatever color or religion or origin we represent. I told you a trigger warning. I thank all of us for continuing to destroy our planet, our only home, for not electing the right people and politicians who truly care for our planet. Thank you to all of us for doing little to nothing to counteract the policies to save our Earth. Thank you for all of us to ensuring that Christmases in the northern places are less likely to be blessed by white snow, for looking grayer and grayer as the years keep going by. Well, there's at least one silver lining. For those of us tired of hearing the same 2,000-year-old story about that miraculous birth and the presents and what soon evolved into Christmas as we know it now. That story may finally come to an end. The planet most likely doesn't have another 2,000 years left. Not experiencing a white Christmas will be the least of my concern in the next years. But in the meantime, Merry Christmas to all of us. saying that as I'm drinking another Diet Coke in a plastic bottle, which will contribute to the destruction of the planet. Oh well, happy holidays. Till next year, I hope. That's the end of my little crazy but true story. That, at least, my opinion. So here to uplift us and to get us to the next performer. This poem doesn't even have a title. I just wrote these lines a few minutes ago. Here we go. Merry Christmas to all of us who celebrate warmth, health, optimism, and please no hate. May the spirit and peace be with us, whether we're ready or not. May we find salvation, happiness, and our deserved spot. Wishing you and us shelter, food, heat, and all needed to stay. Blessings to our week and to this wonderful, beautiful day. Also a belated Hanukkah and an early wish for Kwanzaa. May we be with friends and family. May you and we be in awe. Remember, the real Jesus loves us all, no matter if gay or straight, poor or rich, no matter if white or black, healthy or sick, or cannot sing and has no pitch. Jesus even loves those who are mean or nasty or tough and a bully. He wants them to become better and repent, even if we don't agree. This season is a reminder for us to come together and find peaceful ways, wishing us all a beautiful end to this year and a very merry, happy holidays. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Hey, thank you, Ron. And if you have any links you want to share, thanks for the season's greetings. Yeah.
Yeah, no links, so you can just follow me at Ron Mark Thompson. I will put that in the Zoom chat. Ron, RON, Mark with a C, and Thompson without DP, THOMSON, all one word, on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. And I'll try to come back here to BWOMS. I'm off one more Monday next week before I have to head back to in-person work. But it's good to see that you guys are here. I was a little bit concerned, like, oh, I'm sure they're taking off Christmas, but I'm happy. Richie, Kid, everyone, Michael, Finn, Bale, all of you who I haven't seen in a few weeks or months. So happy to be here. What a great get-together. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you, Ron. Yeah, we will be here next Monday. So if you guys are tuning in and thinking about it, we will be having our first online mic of 2024. Welcoming in the new year and hopefully many, many, many more mics. Yeah. And the thing is, even though we started, we are back. I mean, to kind of segue, we are doing in-person shows in El Paso and in the area. In fact, as Kit kind of mentioned in the pre-show, for those of you who are here, we actually have 3 in-person open mics this week. We have one on Tuesday, we have one on Thursday, and we have one on Friday. It's a busy week, but one thing we realized is that not everyone has a chance to go out and go to open mics, and it's important to hold a space online where we can do this. So we will definitely do that as long as you guys need it. So, all right, let's go ahead and keep this going. We are gonna go from the East Coast. That was like most of these last several performers, and go to the West Coast, where our next performer wrote down location Powder Keg Town. And they're promoting, they're letting us know, join them at Lacan's Poetry Games this Thursday, 12/28. And I think they got a story, but let's go ahead and welcome, as always, the fabulous, dynamic Finn Bell to the house. What's up, Finn? Well, good to have you back. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday and happy festive season to you folks who celebrate it. I'm actually not going to do a story. I was planning on doing a story. I was planning to still be, for some reason, in Powder Keg Town, which is where my dad is, Hercules, California. That they had the Hercules Powder Keg Company. That's what it's called, Powder Keg Town. Yeah, that was their industry. So I'm just going to do 2 poems. One of them is a cover. And then another one is an older poem. So this cover, a lot of you probably got this via your inbox. This one is still sitting with me. I'm really loving exploring this poem. It is by Monica de la Torre. It's theorem of sorts. We admire adults for not acting like children, meaning we don't have to clean up after them, while we spend at least half of a life trying to find ways to exceed the edges of shapes that cannot be found. At the dinner table, he brings up the guy who does these beautiful, magical dioramas. Micrograded Parmesan cheese dangling from the dinged edge of a bowl covered in oil. Later that week, folding pages at the art school keeps us occupied. Notes are taken and much is said while repetition begins fielding itself. What kind of bird chirps potato chips? Here, the most common sightings are of American goldfinches and cardinals, migratory and non-migratory respectively. The latter mostly male and so territorial they'll attack their own reflection on occasion. You won't find the difference between a peaceful being and being peaceful on differencebetween.net. Other approaches are requisite body scans. If your heartbeat can't be found under the medical gown, the shutdowns become emotional for you. This is the likely end to a year we want to forget, or the one forgetting itself as it is coming to an end, except that it isn't. Ongoingness has its way of keeping on, not even when it all stops, since the so-called ending folds itself into the ever-developing story, begging the question, is it airless, the POV? Who sees the narrator? Is this relatable, and on whose terms? The proposal involves switching mediums. I will play a faculty member at the art school on whose faculty I'm serving, folding myself as a fictional character into a true story. In the vicinity, the charm of hummingbirds, murder of crows, and identity taxation. Repetition, fielding itself again, reading against icons, a flexible field trip to nowhere. When one painter speaks to another painter, I know that to be fully in this won't ever be available to me either, since none of us are exhibitionists. The poem speaks in signs, and the painting on velvet sucks the light of the room. Yet somehow we manage to communicate. As for the empty speech bubbles on the wall, they display a variety of shapes, all very talkative. So that is Monica de la Torre, theorem of sorts. Okay, ready? So the next poem I unearthed because one of the global mics had a lantern carrier as a feature. And one of the places I first featured was an invitation from Lantern Carrier to co-feature with him. And this was at David Leo Sirwa's Spoken World Online on Tuesdays. So the joint poem that we did was called Love, the Accomplished Painting. The first part is Lantern, second part is me. Love is an accomplished painting, me, a tiny thread, still being woven together by the supreme artist. The nightingale symphony of my lyrical songs have not yet blossomed. The inner passions, like a flame, consumed me in darkness, yet you watch over me like the heavens, splitting the night sky with golden beams of heavenly light. My grief was born in pain and loneliness, scrolls of blood flowed and colored my joy. Old memories fade eventually like breath. Now your effulgence dazzles like the sun. Camouflage within desire, my hope flies, a majestic butterfly unspooling a silk cocoon. In search of the beloved, my inner flares light up the nights like shooting stars. When the dawn awakes, I see the sun and moon sharing a kiss together on the sacred blue shafts of infinitude. I become a lover, seeking the one responsible for such magical formations. On the wings of my dreams lies the bewilderment of our tomorrows. Our smiles blend with each steadfast gaze bemused by the intricacies of luminous supernova. My heart hears melodies in the stillness, 1,000 times more beautiful than the harp of minstrels. My soul now twirls, putting the dance of a million stars to shame. No more eons of struggle. The red bow of my agony has reached its target. The breeze carries my splendor like a fragrant rose. I dine at the gates of love's immensity, bedazzled by its light. Manatita, the lantern carrier, 10th May 2001. Sing, sweetest nightingale, sing. Warble onto the skies the melody that imbues the heavens with our ardor's inviting tint. Do the seraphim enchanted take up the chorus? I suspect they secretly covet this passion, burning bright, rivaling a morning star at its most luminous before it plunges to its delicious downfall. I did not know the taste of solitude. At its heart, it possesses no flavor, but its bitter rind upon its edges. Your desire feeds me, overwhelms me. I am not naive without caution, yet I will free fall into you, trusting my love is reciprocated and you will catch me. In my mind, I am reticent, but the winds in my ear as I dive distract me. When I emerge, rebirthed from a swallowing sea, soy la diosa luna, y tú, mi amante, el sol impávido. Our tryst half in shadow, our lips touch in passing, our bridge feathered, gaseous and void. Do our avian conspirators parade Friar Lawrence or the nursemaid? They are giddy to be part of the ruse. They have decided to aid us, feigning 1 part pity, relishing 3 parts intrigue. The morning star remembers the first time he toppled. He says the apple was worth the infatuation. Seraph naked, save for their halo, run chaste heels over the dancing spit and watch the flames lick beneath their belly. Sing, sweetest nightingale, sing. Your cries touch the morning and she smiles, half awake, half dreaming the night still caresses her limbs. In repose a moment more, she plays the besotted fool. Thin Bell, 11 May 21, 3:30 a.m. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you so much. And you have the poetry games going on this Thursday. Do you want to talk briefly about that really quick and anything else before we move on?
Yes, so it is headed by Lacan. The name of the poetry games is Potluck Games. And what do poets bring to a potluck? So there you go. You're going to be bringing something to the potluck, and we're going to be making something out of that potluck. So there you go. That's about all I will reveal. And just like a potluck, we're going to be sharing of what is offered as well. So poetry is going to be passed around. It's going to be lovely. Awesome. It's going to be 7 p.m. Pacific, and you can go through Eventbrite to get the tickets. Yeah. Let's do this.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Every time I see the poetry games, my mind goes to the Hunger Games. I'm like, man, that's intense. That's an intense poetry session there. No, but that sounds cool. Lacan, shout out to Poetry Global Network, PGN. All right. We are speaking of global poetry. We're gonna leave the country for a little bit, a little bit more north, and we're gonna go to Ontario and welcome our next performer who's been coming now, and we're so happy to have her with us in this space. Let's go ahead and welcome Cassie back to the show. Happy Monday, Cassie. Good to have you back. Take it away when you are ready.
Thank you, Richie. Okay. Just one moment. Okay. The first one I'm going to read is called Companion Fears. In a box just like yours, I keep all my dearest notions, companion fears, next to comforting buffers between here and out there, portals for travel, tethers for contact. From time to time, I check if they've remained, dust off those still contained, let them breathe. Thank you. I have a couple others. This next one is called A Fresh Calm. Once in a while, you may be visited by the wildest feeling. The sorry, I'm going to start again. I just tripped myself up here. Once in a while, you may be visited by the wildest feeling. The softening rustle, the slowing breeze, the pause that just hangs, drifting, full but light, the gentle cradling of your limbs by a fresh calm. And this next one is called Greedy. Some of you may have heard this before, I'm not sure, but I don't think I've read it here. I am greedy for experiences, for the rush of a new sensation, for the brisk foreign concept to lap at my ankles, to surprise me and push the corners of my beliefs to expand. Greedy for the joys of all shapes and sizes, for the ones that crest unexpectedly after heartbreak. Little waves of absurdity, humor found in back alley waves, in the middle of the street, for the joys that tap at the back of my shoulder, like little gentle sprites, urging me to turn around and notice them, and for the joys that take out my legs in waves, when I am parched from all my daily acquiescing that I do when I should be wave chasing. And I always I should time these, but I'm sure it hasn't been very long, but I'm just gonna ask you, Richie, I'm still good on time, right? I have time blindness, so
Absolutely.
okay.
You're great.
Okay. I appreciate that. I'm sure it's been 1 whole minute. Okay. So this last one is called Every Pore. Fear not, that feeling will wash over you once more. When the wake begins to touch your skin, let it caress each nerve. Let it stimulate you. Let it fill every pore. Let it overwhelm you with sensation. Let the waves wash over you and pull your anxieties away. Let the waves fill you up, all the empty spaces, the hard to reach places that no love has ever touched. Let each droplet give you courage, courage to free yourself from the restrictive confines of the nagging, tugging corners of your mind. And that is all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Oh, so great. I love it. I love it. And I like to say that wasn't all. That was everything. How can people follow and support your work online if you have anything like that for them?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you, Richie. I do have a workshop coming up. I had just revamped the poster and I was trying to get it ready for a few minutes ago, admittedly, last minute, trying to change the date on it, but I don't know if let me see, I think I have it up here, but if I can't get it up fast enough, people can follow my poetry Instagram page. The details on my workshop are my most recent posts. So you can find me on Instagram if you're curious, at Relentless Intrigue, all one word. I think I got this poster thrown together fast enough. If I can share the screen, I can probably quickly just show this for anybody who's curious.
Okay, it's good to go.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the wrong date. That's all right. So the poetry is called Poetry as an Invitation into Curiosity and Wonder. So it's beginning the first week of February, Thursdays, so starting February 1st. Yeah, for details, it's almost finalized. I'm gonna have a Google form sign up in my link tree on Instagram. So again, if you're curious, you can go to my Instagram at Relentless Intrigue for more details. And thank you, Richie.
Yeah, no problem at all. I love that handle, Relentless Intrigue. It's awesome. Hold on, I'm trying to get back to the spotlight here. Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. And definitely, if you post that or the update when it gets posted, we'll share that as well on our social media. Yeah, shout out to all the little waves of absurdity. I think that's the way you phrased it. Definitely follow that all the time. So I dig it, especially as a creative, as a writer, someone looking for more, seeking through the pores. All right. I guess those last pieces resonated with me a bit. All right. So we're going to go ahead and bring it back to EP, which, by the way, Ron, is El Paso, the hometown. And our next performer, you definitely know, has been here every single Monday, has hosted from time to time, including our awesome poetry potluck that we do here as well on Thanksgiving, or the mic before Thanksgiving. And he's hosting 2 open mics this week in person. One at Rosewood tomorrow downtown, and one Friday at Craft Rhythm and Brews. And if he wants to help out with that Thursday too, that's cool. Part of the BWOMS crew. Let's go ahead and pass it away to Mr. Monday Nights. That's right. It's the one, the only Mr. Kit Ren. Go ahead and take it away. Kit Ren away.
Thank you, Richie. Yeah, hosting Tuesday and Friday. Thursday will be my continuing tech internship. We'll put it that way. Eventually, I'll figure out how to wrap those damn cables. Not this week, but eventually. One poem of mine, and then a teaser trailer for another project I do, and then the cover. I remember a man at the Black Orchid Lounge who whispered to me like a fellow conspirator that poets are persecuted, that he was proud to be a poet among poets in a dangerous time to be a poet. When he was arrested later that night, it was for public urination, not public verse. When I saw him a few weeks later, he was now a stand-up comedian. His set was mostly about animal mutilation, and he told me on the patio with the pride of a new homeowner signing the contract that comedians were the last truth tellers, and that he was proud to be a comedian, even as they were persecuted. His set was mostly about animal mutilation. The other comedians blackballed him for plagiarism. He finally got his wish, I suppose. Martyrs of the world, take heart. One day you will find a cross small enough. I could say if I wanted to, with the visionary intonation, that I need to do this. And I do find it necessary. But not like a calling, like a chore. I was not touched by God. I was not eaten by the sun. I was not bitten by a spider. This is not a mission. This is laundry. I want clean clothes, so there are things I have to do. I want to know what I think, so there's a process that I must follow. Easy or hard, good or bad. What does that matter to me? Who's going to do it for me? You? Have you met the people I met? People who think they were made for this? And as I mentioned from time to time, I have a series of essays that I write about the rich history of the National Football League. And, I know that football and poetry, that usually looks like a set of car headlights in the Venn diagram, but here I am in the center. Come join me. It's fun. And so I'm going to read the first 2 paragraphs of what's basically the regular season finale, which was about the miracle at the Meadowlands in 1978. Late in the 1978 season, Dan Jenkins took to his perch in the pages of Sports Illustrated to declare his dissatisfaction. He was fed up with the NFL and the decisions motivated by greed that were leading it into self-destruction. The league had expanded the schedule, meaning that by December, rosters had turned into regiments with the walking wounded. A change in the schedule formula tried to make marquee regular season matchups a regular happening. But in practice, this punished those marquee teams. and helped those who could not help themselves. The Atlanta Falcons were in contention for a playoff spot for the first time in their 12-year history. The injuries that diluted the league's star power were heightened not only by the leap from 14 games to 16 games, but by the league's colonization efforts into the rest of prime time, playing not only on Monday nights, but on occasional Thursdays and Saturdays as well. The league was hurtling, Jenkins warned, towards a Harrison Bergeron-esque future where every team was 8-8 and nobody was exception. Any given Sunday, sure, but who would watch? This is the paradox of alarmism. Dan Jenkins correctly identified problems with the league, problems we still have today, and then leapt to the worst case scenario. Despite hitting on every particular, we have never reached Jenkins' dystopia. Let's call it North Dallas 1984. Perhaps the human spirit, which I think I see staring back at me in the grace amidst violence that fills my Sundays, really can outrun everyone who means to subdue it. But maybe I have been tricked by NFL films, the Pravda of professional sports, into regarding my chains as snap bracelets. That's all that. And the cover poem, trying to choose something wintry, went back to favorite Jack Gilbert. This is Meanwhile by Jack Gilbert. It waits. While I am walking through the pine trees along the river, it is waiting. It has waited a long time in southern France and Belgium and even Alabama. Now it waits in New England while I say grace over almost everything. For a possum dead on someone's lawn, the sing light on a levee while Northampton sleeps. And because the lanes between houses and Greek hamlets are exactly the width of a donkey loaded on each side with barley, loneliness is the mother's milk of America. The heart is a foreign country whose language none of us is good at. Winter lingers on in the woods, but already it looks discarded as the birds return and sing carelessly, as though there never was the power or size of December. For 9 years in me, it has waited. My life is pleasant, as usual. My body is a blessing and my spirit clear, but the waiting does not let up. Right, so if you want more, find me on Instagram at KitRenaway. Getting weird push notifications for threads. I guess I better do one of those. I don't know. I don't want to be left behind. Don't leave me alone in this little room. Not doing Twitter. I have Blue Sky. Ko-fi.com/KitRen is where you'll find more of that football stuff I was just spitting at you, if you like that. And if you don't, I don't care, because I'm going to still keep doing it. You can't tell me what to do. And the Tumble Words Project will come back January 6th with Kelly Mary McAllister, our friend from Toronto, leading the session. It also happens to be her birthday. I imagine it'll be a fun tie-in. Then in that January 13th, Nick Paleologos will make his return to our stage to lead a workshop. The 20th will be Maria Perez, and the 27th will be Robin Schofield with the Desert Music Part 2. But that's all in the future. That can wait. It's going to have to wait. We're going to take you right back to the present moment and right back to Richie, our fearless host.
Oh, what a great segue. Not the fearless host part, but the current moment part. Awesome. Thank you, Kit. Cheers. Hey, I got beer for once at home, so I'm going to be drinking a little bit in the after party, catching up, socializing. Thank you so much, Kit, for all that stuff. And yeah, definitely check out Tumble Words, guys. And Nick Paleo, I haven't heard that name in a while, man. Paleologos. All right. So shout out to Drisha, I think just signed up. So we're gonna add you to the list in just a moment. Again, I'm trying my best to go off of everyone's preferences. So right now we actually have we're gonna go back to Canada and welcome our buddy Squigs. What is up, man? I'm glad you as always can sign up. Go ahead as soon as you are ready. Go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Richie. Thanks, everyone. It's good to see you all here. This time you have to peer pressure me. I'm starting to think that I'm cool. Well, I mean, fucking from Winnipeg, it's can't help but cool. It's freaking cold up here. Anyway, um, yeah, thanks again for an excuse to crack open a beer. Anyway, hey, cheers. There you go. Yeah, Richie, I'm digging the new haircut. All right, so I'm gonna do three tonight. This one's called I Saw You in Seasons. I saw you in winter and thought of tree branches feathered by starlight in poorly lit neighborhoods, a hearth where the more honest parts of myself I am bared fetal, warmed upon, welcomed. I saw you in spring and thought of long drives in the countryside, in the rain, ice cream melting from our chin, dancing petrichor upon our toes, kissing by the seashore. I saw you in summer and thought of sleepy boathouses, uncovering ancient childhood treasures in the woods, a secret lake somewhere, the sky's reflection and promise, windy hilltops upon which to blame each other for the sunrise. I saw you in autumn and thought of scarves and cafes, city streets and sunsets where we watched each other's breath escape, apartment staircases where wind chill hibernates, the world slowing down around your window. The first time I saw you, I thought to myself, I could live there. Thank you. Next one. I'm gonna do this piece. It's figured I'd do something about something cheesy, some cheese. Gonna bring some cheese to the show, and ain't nothing more cheesy than the moon, right? And you look out your window, it's up there. She's shining bright. Like Buddy Wakefield says, the moon does not have to be full for you to love her. Anywho, yeah, this piece is actually this was in a previous issue of Mayari, by our very own Finn Bell. So please look into that. I think currently it's still the 6-word story going on. I might be wrong. Yeah. So get your creative juices flowing and submit to the Finn. This is lunacy. It's a conversation with a dog I had one time while I came home one night and I was high. You call the moon beautiful, but you wouldn't want her fixed in the sky. She's beautiful because she's not always there, because she changes. Allow her to awaken in the sacred shades you wouldn't see in the day, the way things bend at night, how things connect when they're not being watched, the language the wind speaks when the stars are out, the raw chaos of her beauty, which appears as darkness, the challenging coldness, the tired feeling prolonged, which makes you feel drunk, the intoxicating carelessness of being outside. You hear animals talking, but you don't know what the fuck they are saying, as the trees continue to harass street lamps to dance with them. Everything is a facsimile of death, and everything is watching you, and every minute is not the proper size. Every mile is an illusion before day breaks. And if you could give yourself to such darkness, to such chaos, without pretension or forgiveness, if you would risk any guarantee of a happy ending for just one kiss, then maybe you would know what it's like to love the moon. Or you are just reckless. Thanks, everyone. For my last piece, it's my ode to Winnipeg, Winterpeg. Yeah, I call it Winter Cement. Hey, before I jump off here, I hope everybody had a Christmas, had a good Christmas, had a good day. You know, like I was talking to a friend of mine, and every day is a blessing. We just forget most of the time. So it's good to have reminders at least once a year, at least twice. I mean, we do have birthdays too. It's not just the big man, right? Um, so yeah, I hope you all had a good Christmas, a good day. This is Winter Cement. On a winter's day in Winnipeg, you could stare right at the sun and see, maybe through an overcast, yeah, she is all that pretty. But this bus ride ain't no journey. It'll keep taking you to the same places you've already been, and you'll pay the fare every time. You learn to keep your balance on the shifting snow. You learn to ignore the wind chill trapped in your bones. You learn to forget the weight of every breath that escapes your lips, rising like steam, but it doesn't mean anything. The daylight we save, the days we lose, it doesn't mean anything. In front of electric boxes and between concrete blocks, we watch as the planet scratches our irritation with another natural disaster, but it doesn't mean a thing. Passing glances, baby strollers and purses, high heels and hands holding, fingers as cold as the things we mean to say, heavy coats and sarcasm, hunchbacks and heavy boots. We can buy our health from a store, we can buy our warmth from a cup, but the pavement will grow no softer if you jump on it. Candy wrappers and cigarette butts, tree branches quivering, praying for their leaves to return, to save them from our obnoxiousness, to save them from their nakedness, to show us what a life is all about, what a breathing is all about as the trash bins keep piling up. We spread out the garbage as to not overtake our skyscrapers. We bury the garbage as to not outweigh our children's bones. And as every tear that falls from your eyes like snowflakes, I shovel the driveway so you could find your way home. Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays.
Awesome, man. Yes, happy holidays. Thank you for that message and for all three of those pieces. Love the puns, love all of it, the cheesiness especially. And yeah, something about sometimes when poets are up there, it's like they're doing magic tricks, And for my last trick, and for my last poem, there's something there that I want to work with. But appreciate you, Squigs. You can find you on Mateo, right? On Instagram. You had it there, Mateo_M, I believe, right? On Instagram. Yeah. Oh no, RN. I'm blind. I need glasses. Maybe. All right. Yeah. But
No, you got
anything
it.
you want to promote? Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
no, it's just that. Yeah. Medio_RN. It's meteorology right now.
Meteor. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Thanks for the clarification on that. And yeah, I'm glad you were able to sign up. Yeah, we always welcome you, and especially whether you're just a supporter, want to read, either way, it's welcome. All right, so I'm looking at the list here, and I wrote down Drisha did sign up. She's joining us from India, but it did seem like she was having some connection problems. So Drisha, if you're watching on YouTube, hello, hi, hope you're doing well. Keep trying. We'll go ahead and try and get you on, but we'll go ahead and for now move on the list, and we're actually going to come back to El Paso, where we have Alan, aka Elaine the Main, who wants to share some poetry. Let's see, are you here with us? I want to make sure. Yeah, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you again.
Hi, no, thank you for having me. It's good to see you too, Richie. I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody who's who celebrates. I stole that one, so I just wanted to say Merry Christmas, but I hope everybody's having a great day. I want to thank you guys for giving me the space again, for letting me come through and for letting me share some pieces. So that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I think I was here like maybe a week or two ago, and since then I've written like just like a handful of pieces. I try and do like a daily log of like what I can do or like what I can write. Um, I haven't really done too many journal entries, but I have been like focusing up and like stacking up my poetry. So my poetry's there. I haven't done a spoken word in a bit. I kind of want to, but tonight is just gonna be three of my poetry pieces. Oh, and there's a space that I'm posting on. It's kind of like a blog spot. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with it, but it's medium.com. And there you can post, like post any of your work, any of your writing. I'll try and post the link, what I have. I'll try and post my link right now. So that way you all can like just like read up on it or like kind of shows your support and stuff. But it's got a really nice creator program and like partner program, and like it incentivizes like um people reading your work. So I think that's really really cool. So and they kind of try and make it like real fun about it, like real fun about like keeping up to date with posting and stuff. So that's really all I've been doing. I've been posting a lot of my stuff there. So I'm gonna read some of the pieces that I posted there on here, and then I'll share the link. I'll pull the link and I'll share it in chat right now. So without further ado, or just to get into it, actually, um, I have three pieces that I'm gonna share tonight. I haven't figured out the order, but I think I want to do this. I want to go with this first one. So this first, sorry, it's a horrible transition, but this first one is going to be the Grove, which is the one that I chose to go first. This one is actually called Growing Bamboo. Excuse me. This one's called Growing Bamboo. And in parentheses, like as a little subquote, it's such a treat and secret form of meditation. You're gonna love it here. Miles of water and spaces for planting, bamboo grows quick if you use your imagination. Set them down and come back. When you return, you'll have enough to fill your pack. Bamboo in all forms will always be bamboo. Bamboo on earth will always be of you. Bamboo for now and bamboo for later. They will grow and be strong as you've always imagined. And then that one was written December 17th, 2023. That is my growing bamboo. So about, what is it, 8 days? About 8 days since that last one. Well, since that one, excuse me. This next one is called The Grove. And it's also, this one's another like short poem, short form poetry. But this one is just called The Grove. And in sub quotes or like subtext or like the subsection or whatever it is, or like the subheading for it, excuse me, thank you, is I fell asleep in the grove last night. I fell asleep in the grove last night. I'd been up all day. There wasn't really much in sight except for the trees and the grass and some sage. I didn't go very far. In fact, I stayed mostly where I lay. It was like a midsummer night's dream minus the entirety of the play. It was cool and dewy. The trees were sinewy, and I had been there all day. The air was brewing, the sun was looming, and I had found where to stay. I had lain there for no more than an hour or two, contemplating how I had found such a place. I bobbed my foot gently on my knee, and my hands were placed behind my head. I thought to myself as I pondered my health, what I could be doing instead. I had such a gentle spirit, and the place was endearing, and I figured I should rest my head. I laid there for a while with the gentlest of smiles and thought that I'd wake to tomorrow instead. Down there in the grotto, where I only think of tomorrow as a nice place for me to get my rest. And that was The Grove, written December 5th, 2023. So that one's been about 20 days. And then this final one, well, this one will be like the last short form that I'll be writing. And this one is called You Know the Deal. And in what is it? In the subtext is I'll show you how. Here we are. One moment, I want to make sure that I see myself as I perform this. Okay, so, all right. This next one is You Know the Deal. It's titled You Know the Deal. And then subtext, I'll show you how. Your poetry, like a lot of loose ends, I'm eager to see what I can get from this press. All I see is silver couplings and brackets, silver metal and car parts. I'm content with just sitting in place. My mind, like an auto derby race, these oil slicks and grease pits got me thinking I'm gonna come out on top. My heart pumps and stops. It keeps going even when I ease off the gas. My mind, my heart, my hands grip the steering wheel and jerk it in just the right way. I came out this unscathed, but my mind has been rattled past the point of confusion, and some days I'm happier just letting the TV drone on. My palms aren't what I expected them to be. I hold out hoping for more earnings. Then I realize that I should probably keep some to myself. My health is wealth, and I know how I take care of myself far exceeds, and I know how I take care of myself far exceeds anything I thought of being limiting. My choke, my poetry sparks my imagination in such a way that I pump and propel myself further than I had yesterday. I hop in my driver's seat and know where I'm going just like all the other times, but this one I know will be different. I know it because it is. I'm thoughtful because I am, and I put a lot of money into silver mining. I'm cold and capable and articulate disciple. I chose to take my time with this rhyme. I love, therefore I try. I'm not blind to the hollow feeling of a nap. I love, therefore I am. So what else can I say that isn't already in the silver linings playbook? I love, so I look. Metal on metal power pressure pushes me past my need for redemption. I am, so therefore I am my only competition. Hit them up and bang them out. You love them, so I'll show you how. I'm on a different tier now. These are love letters from the Gilded Age, handwritten, all a rage. I keep my silver and metal stacked neatly where I can see them. Don't take me for a fool, and I'll love you. But the fool is where my heart is. They're better at living, or so I've said. And then it is a loose end. That one was You Know the Deal. And that one was written December 11th, 2023. So that was 14 days ago. And then that's it for my short form poetry today. That was a little bit of a spoken word piece with that one. But I'd like to that's like a spoken word piece. I was gonna say like that's a short form poetry, but I'll say that was a spoken word piece, just because I like spoken word, and I'm kind of good at it. So, this next one, this last one, I don't want to push too much time, but this last one, my mom wanted me to write her a Christmas poem for Christmas, and I was like, I waited until the last minute. So like I was like, you know what, I need to make sure that I'm in the right state of mind in order for me to write it. And so I just took the time maybe a night or two ago to like write it. And I was like, okay, I hope that I say the right things. So I'm gonna direct it towards you all, like you guys, you all. But I want you all to know that it was from my mom, and I that I appreciate what she does, and you'll get the sentiments of what I'm trying to say. So this one is this is it's not entitled, but I'll just say it's my mom's Christmas poem. So this one is it starts like this. Mom wanted a Christmas poem, so I decided to write this one for you. On a day when the on a day when the greatest blessing is to have each other, and still the greatest blessing is you. I appreciate you and all the good that you do. You're a wonderful mother, and the best, it's true. I wish you a Merry Christmas and everything you could want. I love you so much from the deepest part of my heart. Merry Christmas to you all. So thank you, everybody. And you can find me, can probably find me here next week because I want to ring in the new year with you all. I want to get a good start to the year. So I'll be here. I'll try and write some new stuff for you guys. And then, but you can catch me at Alain the Main, ALAINTHEMANE on Instagram, or Alon Martinez on Facebook. And then I'm gonna go ahead and post my my Medium link in the chat. That one you need like a creator code, or you need like a friend code in order to read some of the stuff, because I did put it up for like members only to read so I can get paid. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll see you guys next week. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for having me. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'll see you all next week, and then feel free to check out my stuff. So thank you guys. Great to hear you guys. Great to see you all.
Very cool. Thank you, Alan. Elaine the Main also. Yeah, Medium's super fun. We use that in my English classes. It's a modern writing medium, right? Hence the name. But that's pretty cool. I've seen a lot of writers and poets take to that as well. Pretty cool stuff. All right. Hey, so Tricia, I saw has been trying to get on. Hopefully we're able to make a connection, but right now she's still not here. but that's fine. We'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and bring up. We're gonna go take a quick little visit to Washington, D.C., where hopefully you guys are ready for some jokes and some poems, because it is time for the one and the only Ed Poetastic. What is up, Ed? Let's find you here. Let's see. Yeah, let's make sure you're here with us right now. Ed, hey, what's up? Yo, Ed. Okay, hey, how you doing, man? Happy Monday, Merry Christmas. Hey.
Happy Monday, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Thank you for everyone with cheer, and thank you for letting me be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm here to be in gear, and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for letting me be here. My name is Ed Potastico, feeling fantastic. Please get in time to enjoy my rhyme file sublime. I got I got 10 holiday jokes and 3 poems, or actually 4 poems, 1 short poem, but 3 other poems. So I won't take too much time. My first joke has to be what goes oh? Santa's walking backwards. What do you get if you cross Santa with a duck? A Christmas cracker. Why did Santa Claus get a parking ticket on Christmas Eve? He left his sleigh in a snowy parking zone. What's Santa's favorite fruit? Sugar plums. Who's Santa's favorite singer? Elvis Presley. What's as big as a Christmas tree, but is lighter than a feather? It's a shadow. What did the Christmas tree do after its bank closed? It started his own branch. How do Christmas trees get their email? They log in. Why did the Christmas tree go to the dentist? It needed a root canal. And last but not least, what did Luke Skywalker say after he planted a Christmas tree farm? May the forest be with you. Happy holidays. Hope you love those jokes for you folks. All right. My first short poem is my short poem is My Christmas Wish for You. Good times with family, laughter and joy, memories with friends, latest new toy, a blog which you love to post to each day, comments and readers, say what they may, subscribers galore, tweets, shares, and likes, Google Plus ones, traffic with spikes, joy and fulfillment in all that you do, passionate journeys, success for you too. A season of love, a new year so bright, dreams that come true with each word you write. Merry Christmas. Okay, I got this other one, my first one. This is a poem by Bree Moore. This is called I Spend Christmas Alone. As Christmas approaches, I am filled with dread. Through it's that time of cheer and goodwill. I won't wait up. I will just go to bed. The very thought of it gives me chills. I'll get up in the morning, do my usual routine, with no presents or company to enjoy. The friends or family, no special cuisine. no traditions that I need to employ. If I die today, nobody would know. In fact, there's no one would care. We live in a world where material goods flow. Looking after others is looked on as rare. I try my best to make some friends, but their lives are busy and fast. Before you know it, the relationship ends. They've become another part of my past. How would I love someone to talk to today? But I know that's a wish too far. If they'd only say hi, my sadness they'll LA. It's a feeling that is utterly bizarre. We all need company. It's a human trait. We thrive on communication, but the old and the lonely society tends to negate. This is the main is a modern creation. As I watch the children play on the street, it brings memories of days gone by where everyone spoke and my life felt complete. The very thought of it still makes me cry. If you know someone who could do with a talk, offer them the pleasure of your charms. By offering assistance, their mind you'll unlock. They'll welcome you with wide open arms. Through my loneliness is a prevalent throughout the year. On this day, it is more profound. Cherished memories always bring on each tear. My isolation, I know it will compound. I always believe that dreams can come true. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I got a classic, and I heard Ron say knock knock.
Oh, that was drastic. Hold on, what happened there? Did we lose him? What happened, Ed? We lost you. Hold on. I wonder if the computer. No, his name's there. Is that the joke? Knock knock, and then he disappears. It's a ding dong ditch. It's knock knock ditch. It's knock knock ditch. Oh wait, no, he's joining again. The internet. I think his internet kicked him off. All right, that's me rambling, by the way, trying to figure stuff out in real time, live. All right, so hopefully, while he joins, Ed, echo, echo. All right, so yeah, Trisha also wasn't able to make it. Well, hasn't been able to, but I think Ed is back finally. That's the biggest knock knock joke setup ever, if indeed that is the case.
That is the case. I'm sorry.
Hey, there you are.
Yay, there's your
Yo.
grace. I'm sorry to disappear. My computer went dead because of battery. The insanity. But thank you for bearing with me. All right, my second poem is a knock knock, all because of Ramar Thompson's wonderful message. Knock knock. This is called Knock Knock. Knock knock. Who, what, when, where? Knock knock. Who's there? Knock knock. Should I care? Knock knock. Do I dare? Knock knock. Dang it, the sun's glare. Knock knock. Yes, I am. Yes, I can hear. I'm aware. Knock knock. I do nothing. I swear. Knock knock. I don't need a prayer. Knock knock. My house doesn't need repair. Knock knock. I don't need. I don't need cookware. Knock knock. I don't need another armchair. Knock knock. I'm losing my hair. Knock knock. Don't have money to spare. Knock knock. I know life isn't fair. Knock knock. Oh my God, I'm in a nightmare. Knock knock. Are you a grizzly bear? Knock knock. I'm only in my underwear. Knock knock. Please, please be air. Knock knock. I have nothing to share. Knock knock. This is a daycare. Knock knock. Yes, I'm here. Are you still there? Thank you. And last but not least, this is called You Are My Sun. You are the sun that gives me warmth. You are Mercury that gives me knowledge. You are Venus that gives me love. You are the moon that gives me dreams. You are the earth that gives me purpose. You are Mars that gives me strength. You are Jupiter that gives me growth. You are Saturn that gives me beauty. You are Uranus that gives me desire. You are Neptune that gives me chills. You are Pluto that gives me fuel. You are the stars that gives me light. You are Halley's Comet that gives me praise. You are the skies that gives me oxygen. You are the seas that gives me clarity. You are the flowers that gives me joy. You are the heavens
that gives me grace. You are the days that gives me my tomorrows. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. All right. Thank you, Ed. And of course, how can people find you online? As always, I got to ask.
Sure. You can follow me online by supporting this wonderful, stupendous, majestic, spectacular, pootastic open mic that makes our wonderful night such a delight in the wonderful, pootastic spotlight. Can't have a Christmas day without listening to all of your wonderful, supportive, impactful wordplay each and every day. But if you want to follow me, pills feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman and my IG is Eddie Foreman92. And remember, if the mic's right, I'll be there to shine my potential insight. If you send me a question, the answer is yes. Hope everyone stay healthy, safe, and blessed. Never stop spewing the one words outside your chest. Never stop feeling and being and doing your best. And remember, you are more important than you ever know. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas day. And what else can I say? Oh, thank you for letting me stay.
Yeah, of course, man. You're always welcome to stay. Ed Poetastic, everyone. Appreciate you, man. I love the jokes. I love that you always theme them. All right, so I have Dan closing out the show. So just in case Trisha is still trying to log on, I'm gonna stall for just a tiny bit. I have a couple pieces that I found. They were inspired by some pieces that I heard today. So this is one that I don't think I've actually read here. It's very short. It's actually if you guys have ever played Exquisite Corpse, right, in some form or fashion, right, that's where you kind of exchange, kind of adding to a piece. So I wrote this with a friend, so I called it Exquisite, right? It's very short. The sunlight cascaded off your shoulder and bloomed into a reverie reminiscent and full of wonder, a golden spectacle humming the ecstasy of pursuit, punctuated past perfectionisms, growing lust, like lush lingering in the hollow hallways of our self prescribed limitations, vined and tethered, straining toward, yearning forward, frantic, frenetic, fantastic, exquisite. All right, there's that one. And then I wanted to read this one as a yeah, just a celebration. It's called In the Air. Can you dig it? These soft, syrupy syllables of sweet and sonic tonic, of saxophonic and savory strings dipped in melodic prose. This is midnight music, a little something to dance to. Behold, this tapestry of creation and destruction. It is the folding and unfolding of the cosmos in the breath of a moment. These are songs to hold on the tip of your tongue, as if sung from celestial vagabond bloomings of bent around the street corner and nowhere else but tomorrow. Don't ingest the smoke. There's so much more in the air, like music. Check it. We're running on empty, and the moon is near full. We've got the whole night ahead of us and just enough fuel as origami dreams of the heart take flight. Having never before believed so much in the potential of a horizon. Carve your name in the sidewalks. Etch your essence into the secret passageways of underground cities. We're all students to the sounds of a Monday night or any other. Everything else is embellishment. Mystified by the music, we succumb to the late night mellow beats of infinite theoretical musings. This all too big world grows heavier in the hearts of poets with hungry eyes, always looking for more, looking for one more note. All right, that's all I got for those two pieces today. I didn't have a cover one. Also, I want to learn how to do all the cool stuff that Finn Bell is doing. Is that OBS, or am I just like behind on the times with Zooms there? I'm seeing all messages and cool little things there. All right. Oh, thank you, Cassie. Appreciate that. All right. So I did not see Tricia here in the waiting room. So we're gonna go ahead and I guess I should have warned him, but Dan, that means you are next. As always, you are the closer, the ender, and it's good to see you as always. Dan, what's up, man? Merry Christmas, and go ahead and take it
Yeah,
away.
can you still hear me?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I'm here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. I'm sorry. I'm here at the Dallas Fort Worth area between and Arlington. So yeah, I'm just right here. So yeah, so I'm due back in 2 days. So I should be coming back on Wednesday. So I leave Wednesday. I should be coming back on Wednesday. Probably I might take a nap on Thursday because I'm gonna be driving the whole day. Well, what can I say? But at least, and I hate driving over. It's this night is a
Your
fire.
sound's going in and out.
What? I'm sorry. Say that again.
Just hold it like that.
Better.
Okay. Yeah, that rain and that rain was a hell of a fight. Man, I hate driving overnight. It's a real pain in the flight, or if I want to say it's a real, what can I say? It's a real bad. It's a real pain in the ass, if you know, if you know what I mean. Okay. Well, anyway, Merry Christmas to each and every one of you, and yes, this is the final Monday of the year as we approach New Year. Well, this is the 2023 finally, and yes, as I already mentioned, I already finished the Big Child's Calendar by John Updike, and remember I said I'm gonna do it for one last time. Yeah, like this, like this, like this.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, and so yeah, so. Well, I'm definitely looking forward for the new year, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do for that because I already last year I said I did it. I'm gonna try one more time, one more year, one more time, but this is it. So this is the last year of the Child's Calendar by John Updike. And I wrote something I think you may like, and I'm gonna share you a picture. So bear with me. You guys gonna like this. Here. Can you guys tell me what this is?
It's a
You got
tree.
nothing going on.
Whomping Willow.
It is a tree, all right, but dang it, this is zoom I can do. What the hell? Okay, but it is called. Anybody know what that is? What is it called?
It's labeled the wishing tree.
Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. Well, that is located on Abram Street. It's just a block just near the University of Texas at Arlington, where the Mavericks play. Yeah, so that's UT Arlington. So it's UT Arlington. So, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna do another picture. Give me a minute.
So did anybody else see a picture?
Yes.
I didn't see a picture. I just saw his profile picture.
Which makes me wonder if only the host and the co-host could see it, but not the rest.
Yeah, that's what I think's going on. It's only, yeah, y'all don't have it set up
Yep,
for
there it is.
everybody to see.
Yeah, it's called A Wishing Tree. And I did wrote this poetry. It is called Wishing Tree at Abrams Street. This Abrams Street, yep, it's located in Arlington, Texas. Well, if it's where near, or like a few miles, like a couple of miles away. Well, you could see it's between the Dallas-Fort Worth area, near the UT Arlington, as I mentioned. And there is near Six Flags. Wait, I'm sorry, what? What's going on? Hello, talk to me.
Well, some folks, I can see the pictures just fine, but some folks are saying they can't, and we're trying to figure it out.
Cassie, can you see the flight, or Finn? Anybody?
No, I think they said before, I think it's just the co-host and the host.
Yeah, y'all are the only.
Well, there's
ones.
nothing. There's nothing like that in settings.
It's not
There's
visible
no.
either on the YouTube stream.
Serious. Well, only Kit. You see this one, right?
It's the close-up of the same one as before. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, let me try this again. Hold on. Yeah.
I mean, you could just tell us a story too. I mean, we have imaginations.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Let me show you the picture where. Okay. Yeah, that's me this morning, taking a walk. Yeah. The Wishing Tree on Abrams Street. Located in Arlington, Texas, between the Dallas-Fort Worth area, near the University of Texas at Arlington. What's going on? Wait, I'm not sharing this on YouTube? What's going on?
Yeah, it's not coming through to the live stream. Ron's right. I just checked. I don't know why I can see it,
but you could still see it, right, Kit?
Apparently, only me and Richie can. I took a screenshot real quick, and I'm gonna put it in the chat for people.
Yeah, can you screenshot this?
I already did. I'm gonna crop the rest of my browser out.
Okay, please do. Okay. All right. Okay, let me try this again. I'm sorry. I'm beginning to running out of time because I just wrote a lot. Okay, just bear with me on this one, okay? Just hear me out. The Wishing Tree at Abrams Street, located in Arlington, Texas, between the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Okay. Near the UT Arlington, where there are Six Flags. You can play it the spring and the summer. What can we say? It's between the suburban days and the Bay. And Rangers Field, well, Global Life Field, they just moved. That's where the Texas Rangers play. Congratulations, they won the World Series. AT&T Stadium, yes, that's where you-know-who, the Cowboys play. And yeah, them boys. And we say, go Cowboys, or how about them Cowboys? But there was this one tree I saw on Abrams Street on Christmas Day, which is earlier today, that you see that's not actually a Christmas tree, but an ordinary tree, but it's called a wishing tree. Well, that's a nice place to be on a side of the street. Well, I did make my wish, and that's where I made my wish. Well, isn't that sweet? It was located right next to a restaurant that serves fish on a dish. Well, that was close. That restaurant was playing the music. Yeah, and it was playing Sophie B. Hawkins. Damn, I wish I was your lover. Oh, that's a cold one for the cover. Well, I wish that they were playing Wishing Well by Terrence Trent D'Arby. Yeah, like wishing love the wishing well, kiss and tell. Oh, wishing well the crocodile. Yeah, you know that. You know the song. Emotions and feelings were worth saying, but not for wishing, but has to be something better. Like saying, all I wish for something for a better year, hoping for a better future, hoping things will get better. Yeah. And hoping for a big break. Yeah. In acting. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. A big break. And hoping to make my comeback. To make my comeback on my blog. Hoping to catch up. So I need to catch up. Yeah, no matching up. That's the match. So, yep, a big break. Make no mistake, or nor a heartbreak. It's just a wishing tree. Don't be discreet. Just make your wish. It's on Abrams Street. Yeah, so it will not be deleted. Yeah, it's just a tree. And according to the Marshall Tucker Band, can't you see? You know, like, can't you see? You hated me. So can't you see? Yeah, you know the song, Can't You See, the Marshall Tucker Band. It's just a wishing tree that won't be deleted. It's just a place to be on Abrams Street. Yeah, isn't that sweet? Yep, that's the wishing tree on Abrams Street. Yeah, I don't understand it's not showing at the live stream. I do apologize for that. Even if, all right, hold on. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you, Finn Bell. Appreciate that. All right. Yeah, so yeah, here it is. I don't know if anybody saw this on. I don't know if anybody saw this on the. You know what? I'm thinking of sharing this one on. I'm thinking of sharing this one on my post, but I'm gonna tag BWOMS on this one. Okay, so I do apologize. I don't know if anybody saw that on the live stream. If not, then I do apologize. So,
It's all good.
okay, so you know, I say it's the wishing tree I saw earlier today on Abrams Street, Arlington. Yeah. So, okay, well. Like I said, I should be out of here by Wednesday, heading home, driving, and I should be back on Wednesday night. So I should be coming. So, so I should be coming home on Wednesday. So, like I said, I'm due back in the new year. So never fear, the new year is almost here.
Okay, I hope it's a safe
The
trip.
year is here. Yep, kind of here, but. Oh, and just furthermore, Dan the Man's Weekly is currently on hiatus. I'm trying to catch up as much as I can, so I do apologize. Yeah. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I know this year's been a slow year for me, but I'm in the process of uploading the 9-year anniversary of my blog. And I got the long list of shout outs. You guys are mentioned. So thank me later. Okay. So well, I'm hoping to catch up on 2024. When I do, I'll film. I'll see if I can film. Maybe best I'll just do it on the current state at this time, and I'll see if I can get started on the best of 2023 slideshow. But it might be doing it in a different format. But I'll keep you guys posted. Okay. All right. And before I get out of here, as usual, okay, hold on. Whoops. Okay. Oh, USA, USA, USA. I'm sorry about that. Oh, man. Hold on. All right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to show my card. Hold on. I'm going as fast as I can. I know we gotta wrap this up. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I just think your screen sharing isn't going to work.
Okay, I'll try. All right. Kit, see if you can screenshot this. Okay. I got 15 seconds. Okay, like I said, Dan the Man Twiggy's going on hiatus, but you can catch my latest episode on YouTube. Yeah, from August 3rd. I just uploaded my birthday, and yeah. And like I said, I'm having issues on the uploads on YouTube. So this is why this year's been slowing me down on my blog. I'm doing my best to catch up, and I got some unused interviews you'll like from the El Paso Film Festival. So we will keep you posted when the updates come available. In the meantime, just follow me on Instagram. Go to my, don't forget the hashtag, and watch my latest episodes on YouTube. All right, guys, you hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas, but I'll definitely see you on New Year's Day next Monday, 2024. So let's hope for the weekend. Let's kiss goodbye 2023, and we adventure to the new year. Yep, nothing to fear. The new 2023 is ending here, almost here, and the new year is almost here. All right. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And Richie, I'll try to see you I'll try to see you on either Thursday or Friday. I will keep you posted. Okay. Let's call it a night, guys. So, all right. Back to you, Richie. Let's call it a night. Live. Good night from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Good night from the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Arlington.
It's a really long goodbye, Dan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lots of updates. Okay, appreciate you. All right. Yeah, that's completes the list. I know Trisha couldn't make it, but if you're still watching on YouTube, we'll try next Monday. That's for sure.
Thanks, Richie.
We'll be all right. Thank you, Dan. All right. So shout out again to all of the performers that got on today, even the ones who couldn't make it. Again, we will be here next Monday and every Monday after that, as long as we can keep doing this, we will. Thanks to Sandy and everyone else who was joining us on the live stream today. I didn't get to read out all the comments. Some of them are pretty good. Oh, Anthony was here too a little bit. Hey, Anthony. If you're still here, thanks for tuning in for a little bit. We have, if you're watching and you live in the El Paso region, we have a lot of events this week. Come on through. If not, if you do ever plan on coming by or passing through, shoot us a message on our social media. See if we have anything going on. Maybe we can find something for you, a featured reading, a place to read, maybe record some of your stuff. But for the online open mic, my name is Rich. You can find me on Instagram under Dead Wall Reveries. And look forward to seeing you guys next Monday for the online stream. Stay at home open mic, the online open mic. Have a good week.